Hello, mamas. There is a new pandemic here in 2023. It's not COVID, and I'm filming this on April 1st, but it's not an April Fool's joke. There is a new pandemic, and it is plagiarism. Okay? I'm not talking the stuff that's good, just like copying Wikipedia articles for an essay that you have to turn in. No, keep doing that. The plagiarism I'm talking about is creative plagiarism, okay? I don't know if you've noticed, but there really hasn't been anything original at all in the past freaking 10 years, basically. And that what I'm talking about is plagiarism in music, plagiarism in movies, plagiarism in TV, freaking YouTube, TikTok. Everyone is copying everyone. Is it good? Is it bad? What does this mean? We're gonna get right at you. That was so such a radio podcast interview. What does this mean? We'll get right back to you, right? We'll get into it right after this quick break. Y'all know what is an original idea that you should have in your head? Getting a checkup with the doctor, baby. Listen, I used to suffer from being scared of the doctor or just laziness, can't really figure out which it was, maybe a bit of both. But I literally went 10 years without seeing the doctor, and that was probably not good. I mean, thankfully there was nothing wrong with me, but I finally used ZocDoc to find a doctor in my area because it was time. Because, they say you should get physicals for a reason. But listen, ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them and treat almost every condition under the sun, okay? Whatever splotch you got on your butt, whatever, rash, get it checked out. Don't give it to me if you see me. But you can go to ZocDoc.com/mama and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/mama, ZocDoc.com/mama. Y'all need to stay healthy, please, because if you die, I'm going to be very sad. But anyways, let's continue with the episode. Hello, I want to first talk about music plagiarism, okay? Because this one is maybe I'd say the hardest to avoid and the most frustrating. Obviously with music, we have such a limited amount of chords and there's only so many ways you can make a song. So many songs just end up sounding the same. And this is a problem that a lot of artists and stuff run into. And one example is Olivia Rodrigo made a song that was so close to a Paramore song that she had to give up millions of dollars in royalties to Paramore because it was so similar. And I believe that also happened with her and Taylor Swift. And it's it's not that's not even malicious plagiarism, okay? The songs just literally sounded similar. So Olivia Rodrigo had to pay millions of dollars. And it's this happens so often. I swear to God, every freaking month I hear this artist is being sued because they copied this person's song. And it's 90% of the time they weren't even aware that the original song existed and it just happened to sound the same because we've run out of music. Y'all, we are out of fucking music. There's no more songs that have been that have unique choruses, unless you just took your face and smashed it against the keyboard. You could probably create an original thing. Would it be a masterpiece? No, but it would be original. But obviously with music, it's patterns, and there's certain ways that there's certain things you have to do to make it sound good, okay? You can't just literally push random buttons and make a song. But that's kind of where we're almost at with music. So that's one thing, artists almost copying each other. But then there's the other thing with sampling. So I'm sure you've heard songs before where all of a sudden there's a part of a different song that's in it. That's called sampling. It's when an artist, I think Kanye West made this pretty popular. He would just take old kind of R&B songs from the 90s or 80s and then chop it up, speed it up, slow it down, rap over it, things like that. And that was a very kind of creative, original thing to do. I think, like, especially within like rap and hip hop, like sampling is such a, like, it can be done so well, and I think there's a lot of thought that goes into sampling. But then you have cases like, I don't know if you've heard it, but there's that Elton John song where it's like, hold me closer, tiny dancer. And that's like an original song that he made, I don't know when, like 20, 30 years ago. And he literally just fucking copy and pasted it and added like new bridges and like the things around the chorus and like called it a fucking day and like added Britney Spears. Like, that is insane to me. Like, I listened to it and I thought it was like a remix. And I was like, oh, like that's an interesting song remix. No, he like literally just made it like a new song. Like that'd be like if I just took this podcast, added some fucking fart noises at the end and then just like re-uploaded it 10 years from now and was like, hey y'all, new episode alert, new episode out now. Like, that is really crazy. And I kind of thought that was like a weird and like evil thing to do at first. But then I realized like big artists do that too. Like Beyonce has like a new song on her album. What is it called? Renaissance. It's the last song, I think, called Summer Renaissance. And it samples the song. It's like, oh, you're so good, you're so good, you're so good. Something Love. I can't remember the original name. But like fully samples it, and like it's not just like one part of the song is sampling. It's like the entire like beat of the song is that song. And it's like, obviously there's some songs that are just so iconic that it's like fun to play with like remixing and sampling and like making something new of it. But I feel like there's a conversation to be had about like when they do that and it adds fucking nothing, like the Elton John song. And I'm no music critic. I like to pretend like I am, but I'm no music critic. Like, I really don't have skin in the game here. I can't like talk about if this is like a really good thing or not. But what I do have skin in the game for is being a creator. And I'd like to talk about plagiarism within the creator community. And, you know, when you think of TikTokers and you think of YouTubers that copy people, I'm sure some of y'all are thinking of the person I'm about to talk about, and that is Topper Guild. Okay, this dude, I don't even like want to like give him any more kind of like you know, like he just has such a presence on TikTok that just irks me so much, because it's like the least quality content I think you could find on the platform. And I don't frequently just say really harsh things like that and like name drop people and just say that shit, but I'm gonna say it because it's fucking true. His videos aren't good. The first time I saw him, he was like dumping like a fucking bucket of like milk onto cereal. And this is one thing that he gets a lot of flack for, is like he made all these videos like wasting food. And I think he's trying to be on like a whole kind of like redemption arc kind of thing. Like I think he made some videos being like, I'm no longer wasting food. I'm not the guy that wastes food, or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. And I'm probably like just making that shit up. Like, I don't keep track of him. I just like see against my will updates about him. But I listened to this one really interesting podcast, and there was this video that he copied from this other YouTuber, and it was a YouTube short. And it's not like he just copied the idea, like the general concept, which is one thing, which we'll get into later, but he straight up just copied the entire video, shot for shot, edit for edit, like word for fucking word. It's crazy. It really was fucking crazy. It's like, why not just download that person's video and re-upload it to your account? Like, what's the point of fully copying it? It honestly blew my mind. And I was talking with the YouTuber who got copied, and like he was saying how like we need some sort of like system that, like, whether it be on YouTube or TikTok, to like flag when a video, like the idea of it and the concept is just like actually fucking stolen. Like, I don't even, like, it's so perplexing to me because I don't even see like what you fucking gain from that. Like, obviously maybe like some views, some subscribers, like I'm sure a bunch of the people that watched Topper Guild's video haven't seen the original, so it feels like a new thing. And I don't know what his intention was. I don't know if he was trying to like get away with it and like think no one would fucking notice, but like the original video had like millions of views, so like nice try, Buster. Real nice try there. I don't know if, and also this person I think is just like a very kind of like drama and conflict hungry person. Like I'll go to his channel and it's just like, my beef with blank YouTuber, blah, 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 blah. I squashed the beef with blank YouTuber, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right. So, yeah, I really don't know, like, what he thought he was doing. Don't go look it up. Like, don't even, like, give him more attention or anything. But, It really fucking blew my mind, because that's like a level of copying that I don't think I've ever seen, and like to be like that shameless about it, to just straight up rip it and post it, is so crazy. Another thing I want to talk about, like, which is kind of more widespread than this like one crazy ass dude, is like creators copying styles of YouTubers. This like is obviously really popular right now, or like a really contentious topic of debate, because as y'all know, MrBeast is like the biggest YouTuber in the world. And with that, there's like tons and tons and tons of creators just like straight up copying him. And it's funny because he's not exactly the kind of person that you can copy, because his videos are like not able to be replicated. Like, most people don't have like $1 million to spend on a video, which is like, you know, a lot of the appeal for a lot of his videos. So you see, like, YouTubers do these, like, really shitty, like, like, they'll, like, cough up what they have. It's so sad. They'll be like, I gave $10,000 to, on a plane ticket first class. But I had to ask my mommy for $5,000 of it because I don't actually have $10,000. It's, like, shit like that. And, you know, like, there's one thing to, like, copy the kind of concept of giving away money and stuff, but you know, MrBeast has like pioneered a lot of different types of content, and I'll get into this later. We're not going to sit here and like act like my content hasn't been inspired by him. I think there's important conversation to be had about inspiration versus like plagiarism. We'll get into that in a little bit, because they're not the same thing. They're cousins, but they're not twins. So, like, he, I think, is, like, one of the most copied people right now, because I feel like people on YouTube have this taste for, like, things you've never seen before. And what MrBeast is really good at doing is, like, blowing things up that are, like, maybe kind of average, but, like, on an insane level. So, like, say, like, everyone goes on plane. Everyone flies on plane here and there. He does video, $500,000 plane ticket. Everyone watch Squid Game. He makes Squid Game. It's like things like that. Like, he'll take like things that are very recognizable and then make it MrBeastified and like make it huge. And that's not something that like literally anyone else on YouTube can do. So it's like really crazy to see people try and do that, because like who did I fucking see do it? I think it was like Brent Rivera or something did like another Squid Games video. It might have even come out before MrBeast's video, but I know MrBeast announced like early on that he was gonna like remake Squid Game. But anyways, it was like, you can I'm sure you guys have seen, but you can tell when like a YouTuber's like just copying him, but it's like worse. It's like the fucking dollar store version. It's like the Shein version. So like, you know, it's very apparent, especially in the thumbnails. Sometimes they'll literally just straight up copy the thumbnail and like Photoshop their face in. That's crazy to me. And some people just straight up copy like the concept of his videos and like will just try and redo it with like either like less money that they give away or like just the whole videos on a smaller scale. And it's kind of embarrassing to see. But that being said, that whole kind of like wave that he's created on YouTube is almost like it's definitely like that, like inspiration has like bled into almost everywhere on YouTube. It's bled into my videos. Like I've tried like some formats and some things on my main channel that are like very much inspired by MrBeast, and like I literally did a video like doing MrBeast things, but like with $5, like shit like that. And you know, like I'll get into my experience with being copied. Okay, so I started posting. If you're familiar with my TikTok account, I have this like kind of format where it's like a minute long video. It's like a kind of skit, usually like very silly, very like satirical, even though a lot of people think it's real. Like I did a video where I had a piece of dry ice and then I like pretended that I put it. Oh! Ah! Ow! My freaking leg just cramped so bad. Oh! Sorry for the listeners. That was fucking crazy. Oh, I literally felt the muscle like reverse. Anyways. Ow. Back to my format. Like I had this video, like I think my biggest video, it has like 50 million views or something on TikTok. I think it has more on Shorts. It's like I got a piece of dry ice. I put it in my toilet and then pretended like it blew all the pipes up in my neighborhood and flooded the whole neighborhood. I've talked about this before. The whole video is like, it's not real. I like got footage like months before of like my neighborhood when it flooded. And I just threw in so many things to like make sure that people knew it was satire, and still so many people were like, "Oh, so you think property damage is funny, motherfucker?" Like, but that's like kind of my format, is like these, like, it's almost like a parody of like the day in the life vloggers on TikTok being like, "Hey guys, so today I walked my dog and then I went for brunch at this local cafe and then I clocked into," like, I just like kind of making fun of that whole side of TikTok. And furthermore, just like making fun of, you know, playing with like people's believability and gullibility on TikTok kind of. I think like it's the reason I make my videos is because I want TikTok to go back to a point where like there wasn't real shit on there. Like, this is such like an old head take of mine, but like I miss when TikTok was like all jokes and stuff. And somewhere like in the past couple years, TikTok is like literally so like about education, and it's about like life hack DIY. Here's a recipe you can make. Did you know this lake flooded a town? It's like all very real, and I feel like people are starting to like just blankly take content at face value on TikTok, and that's something that scares me, and that's why I have so much fun making my videos, because it's like obviously satire. I'm not just like in the business of making videos to like trick people for the sake of tricking people, but I like making videos that like are satirical of the people that take TikTok seriously. But besides that, right after this quick break, I'm gonna get into my experiences with that format getting copied. Okay. You know what is a sequel that should keep happening, that they should keep making more of? The movie where you go to the doctors and get regular physicals and checkups. Listen, y'all. You know what I'm about to say. I am only healthy. I am only probably still breathing because I go to the doctor and I get my checkups. And it's not even something that you need to get that crazily. Like, I feel like some people think you have to go to the doctor like every 3 months. No, like you can go like it's an annual checkup for a reason. Anyways, listen. I get my checkups because I found my doctor on ZocDoc. What is ZocDoc? ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun, okay? Go to ZocDoc.com/mama and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/mama, ZocDoc.com/mama. Thank you for sponsoring this episode, y'all. Stay healthy. Get that rash checked out. Did your eyebrow hair fall out? Get that checked out too. Okay, let's continue with the episode. Okay, so I don't I don't often like go through my my For You page anymore. I have like time limits, but sometimes when I go on TikTok, I'll check like my mentions and tags. And I remember there was this dude that kept coming up. I mean, this happened a few times now. But more recently, there was this dude, I won't say his name, but made videos like very, 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 very similar in the style that I would make them. And I'm not trying to like fucking gatekeep my style of video at all. Like, it's something that is like so, like, I don't really even see it as like my style or anything. I was just like kind of one of the first people to do it. And when I say kind of, I mean that because there was this other girl who blew up in 2020 who was actually like from the same province as me in Canada. And she made these videos that like they were similar in format, but like the style was a little different. Like she would make these very fast, like kind of vlogs. And that was like something that no one really did on TikTok before, but it was like these really fast voiceover vlogs. She'd do like literally like 100 shots in like 60 seconds. And I like kind of copied that format, but then my style was like more like humorous, and like hers a lot of times was like involved like cooking and stuff. And like I like wasn't out here cooking. I was just like doing like random skits like my neighbor is looking at me through the window, blah, blah, like shit like that. So like obviously like I was literally inspired by her stuff, so that's why I don't even like really see it as like my format. But you know, it's like something that like literally, well, like pretty much anyone can do. Like it's like, it's so broad. It's just like a minute long video. Like I even have trouble like explaining like what kind of content I do in TikTok, because it's like, like every video is so different, but they're all like kind of like the same. It's like minute long skits about like what the fuck ever with like a billion cuts, and like it's like a voiceover, and sometimes I like throw in like a little twist at the end, shit like that. Like I don't know how to explain it, but there was this dude that pretty much did a video in the same way as mine on TikTok. And it was weird. So like I hate like thinking about this era, but like in like 2020 when I like first started doing these, I had such a fucking annoying voice for the voiceover. Like I was like, let me try and like recreate it. Today I was Let me just like freestyle this shit. Today I went to 7-Eleven to get some taquitos, but I wanted my taquitos so bad, but they had no taquitos left. So I went to the cashier and put their head on the taquito rack and turned. And like, I don't even know why the fuck I like did that voice. And it's not like I just like made that voice up. Like that's just like how I sound when I'm like really excited, kind of. But also like it's. It's really fucking annoying. It's really hard to watch those back. And like, so one thing was like, he kind of copied the format, but then he also just kind of like copied like the intonation of my voice. And like, it was like the deliverance of the voiceover was like the exact kind of way I did it. And like, if I just saw it on my For You page, I like wouldn't think much of it. But then I saw like I literally still to this day get like tagged in it. And it's not even that big of a video, but like all the top comments and stuff were like, Ben of the Week dupe, Ben of the Week dupe. And I was like, wait, maybe this like Loki is a little strange. And so it was weird to be on like the receiving end of like getting copied, because like I didn't really think it was like that malicious or anything. It's funny though, because there was this other guy, I think it was like in 2021, who like straight up just like copied the format. Like it was like even more blatant than this dude. But it was like really cringe. And like all the comments too were like Ben of the Week dupe. But the thing was like, I think he was like, he didn't like, he started to like filter the comments and like hide Ben of the Week, and like he never followed me or anything, so it was like really interesting. I know he was following on a burner account or something, but so I've been on like the receiving end of it, but I can't be that mad, because like I understand that like so many creators like you have to like get inspiration from like places. And like if that's other creators, then that's like how it is. But like even especially when you're starting out, like the second guy that I mentioned here, he like literally only made videos like kind of in the like the style of me, and I think he got to like 300K or something, and like that's how he like got his start, I guess. And I like I mentioned, like with my format, like it's not like fully my format, like I didn't fucking pioneer that. A lot of it was like the kind of like cadence and like intonation and like style and pace of it was like very much inspired by this girl who like did it first. And so like that's why I can't be that mad, because it's like such a thin line, unless you're fucking Topper Guild, then you're like there's no coming back from that. But like it's a really like weird gray area, because especially when like credit's not given, I don't know. It's a whole conversation. Maybe I can get into it another time. But I also just want to talk about movies, because this is one thing, just like in the broader scheme, I'm like trying to scroll down on my notes app. In like the broader scheme of things, like just like originality being dead, I think movies are such a kind of like, it's like one of the first things to go. Like I watched John Wick 4 recently, or I don't know why I said recently, it was like yesterday, and I fucking hated it. I like really didn't like it. It just felt, and I felt weird because like I went on Letterboxd and like Rotten Tomatoes, and it like everyone was loving it. They're like, it's so good. And like I recognized that like it was like the fight scenes were awesome, like that was all epic, yada yada yada, but I just could not shake the feeling. I was like, holy fuck, am I really in the movie theater watching a fourth John Wick movie in the past 10 fucking years? Like I don't think that like movies should be able to have more than 3 sequels. Like that's insane, because it's like, where does it end? And it's like not even like I don't even think the character like really grew or gained anything. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's like nothing, there was no new shit. It was just he killed more people, and I was like, okay, like. And then another sequel that I hated was freaking Avatar 2. Like it felt like the most useless sequel. It's like you can't even really be mad at it. You can't even like knock the game, because when you have like movies as big as John Wick and as big as Avatar, these movie companies know that if they make a sequel, they're gonna make billions of dollars. Like duh, it's like the easiest decision for them to make. And most people are like, bro, I have a hiccup. Most people are like content with just taking whatever sequel's thrown at them, and they can like even be pretty fucking bad, and they'll still be like, thank you, mommy, more please. Like it's not like it's crazy. And like it can be done right. Like I'm not out here saying that every sequel ever made is bound to be bad, and like the only good movies from now on are like complete original ideas. Like the new Puss in Boots movie, amazing. The newest Batman movie, amazing. And the Batman one really shocked me, because I'm at like a point where I'm like really struggling to enjoy like these superhero MCU like remakes, reboots, shit like that, especially Batman, when there's been like how many Batman movies in the past like 2 decades. It's so crazy. And I really love the Christopher Nolan ones. Didn't really like, I don't even remember what the one was after that. And then I really liked the one with Robert Pattinson. So it's like, you know, sometimes they really get it right. And I think like some stories and some characters are just like so good that like you could make endless sequels. Like for the most part, I would keep watching Batman movies until like the day I die or some shit. And same with Joker. Like there hasn't been that many bad movies with like Joker in it, minus like Suicide Squad. So it can be done right, but it's like so fucking obvious when they're just like pumping out a sequel just because it's going to make money. And I wonder if like we as a society are going to get to a point where we just like stop watching these sequels. Like I feel like we're going to get tired at some point, and it's going to be like we'll be walking into the theater, see like fucking Avengers 19 and be like, oh my God, can we stop? Please stop! Ah! So I don't know how we'll get to that point. And the thing is, like, I'm not like out here trying to say like there's no good original movies anymore. Like we're not that far gone yet. Like some really good like original movies that stuck out to me that had like brand new kind of like plots and like things I'd never even really seen before in movies. It was like Barbarian. That is like a horror movie that's really great. I highly recommend you watch it. It's like got such like an interesting plot structure, like the way they like made it. It's so like rich in the characters. Banshees of Inisherin, very, very, very good, even though the title sounds a lot like fucking Ed Sheeran and it puts me on edge. Like that was just like a fucking concept that I had like, it was so weird. Like the movie is like literally just about two friends like having beef with each other, and it sounds like so stupid, but it's like the funniest movie ever. But also like so dark, and like there's times where I was like, is this a horror movie? Is this a comedy? Shit like that. And then like Everything Everywhere All at Once. God forbid they make a fucking sequel. If they make a sequel, I will scream. But like we're still getting like these original like works, and I think people are starting to realize like this is like where we're gonna find the good entertainment, is like providing opportunities for like these really unique pieces of film, art, TV, video games to like stand out. Like why the fuck are we making like a Call of Duty game every year? We can make one and that'll be good. Okay, but then on the other hand, let's talk about things that do need sequels. Fucking Grand Theft Auto 5. Where is Grand Theft Auto 6? Like, they clearly missed out on the memo on that one because they just won't release a sequel. And I know the sequel will be good because Grand Theft Auto 5 was good. So, like, what is that about? How come? But, I mean, that's a different kind of story in entertainment capitalism. That's just because they keep making bank off of GTA 5 and they're not going to release GTA 6 until y'all stop buying their stupid little DLCs that they drop every freaking month. So, like, I don't know when it comes to that. But just overall, like, it really sometimes feels like creativity is dead. And it's like, how can we blame these people that on the low end plagiarize and on the high end, like, top or just like completely copy? Like, it's sometimes feels like everything's been done, whether it be every movie, every TV show, every type of YouTube video. It's like, what the fuck else is there sometimes to do? And that's something I struggle with a lot of the time. I'm like, how do I make videos that like no one has seen before without like doing something actually fucking insane? And that like pressure has like driven me to do like more kind of like scary videos that I was like like really on edge about. So, you know, it's something I struggle with. And like, you know, so many videos that I've made, like they're not necessarily copying, but like the format's been done so many times. Like obviously Omegle, like that shit everyone's done. Prank calling, like that's not original. Like I didn't fucking invent prank calling. Obviously like there's some entertainment value I think in like, you know, say Omegle, but then it's like a person that you enjoy watching on Omegle, or like prank calling, but it's a person you enjoy watching doing prank calling, things like that. And I've had a lot more fun on YouTube, I will say, like trying out new things, even though like some of them flop. Like damn, like I tried. And I'm having a lot of fun, like just trying new original things. But yeah, fuck, like we got nothing left. The creative lake that the creative juices come from is run bone dry. But anyways, let's read some of your guys' drama before we go. All right, mamas, thank you for sticking around to the end of the episode. Let's get into our drama. But I have some drama with y'all first. Y'all know I love reading your drama, and I read almost all of them, but please keep it short and sweet if you want me to read it on the pod. Some of y'all are commenting entire dissertations, and I got places to be, fuck. But yeah, if you want to comment it, just comment down below on the YouTube version of this podcast, but please keep it a little bit shorter, like 3 sentences max. Just stuff you want advice on. But this one comes from Mal's. Mal says, my drama is there's this one girl in one of my friend groups that replaced me, even though I introduced her to them. And my best friend spends so much time with her now and doesn't like me as much anymore. What do I do? But that is literally one of the worst feelings in the world. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'd rather get hit in the fucking nuts by like a 400-mile-per-hour baseball than have this happen. Like, I really feel for you. It is not fun at all when you like introduce someone, like that was your friend, like you did the honors of bringing this person to your friend or friends, and then they like that person more. That shit hurts so bad. But I mean, some people just don't like respect friend code. And, you know, obviously, like, your friends, I mean, I would hope, like, would want to keep being friends with you. But if they are just willing to find someone else that they might click with more and then just abandon you, that's, like, not fair. And they probably weren't going to be good friends in the long run anyways. So I'm really sorry that happened. But thank you for submitting your drama. Tell them the stinkiest shit. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much, like, once again, for tuning into the podcast. And thank you for freaking 6 million on YouTube. What? Huh? Like, every day that, like, the number next to my subscriber count makes no sense. I actually have no, like, framework of being able to process that. I'm so, like, just forever thankful to y'all. No, I'm not gonna tear up. I'm so forever thankful to y'all for, like, making, like, my dreams come true. Like, not to be cheesy, but, like, if y'all have been here for a minute, you know, like, I've been, like, doing YouTube since I was literally 10, and now I'm 23. I've been doing it for more than half of my life. The other half, I was, like, eating carrots and mac and cheese and, like, being an infant. So, like, this is all I know, and to be able to do this for y'all is an actual dream come true. So thank you. If you enjoy this podcast, please leave it 5 stars on Spotify. A little 5-star review helps your boy out. And also, please rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or wherever else you listen to your little podcast. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Take care. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, you know, you could give it a little subscribe if you feel like it. And I love you. I'll see you next Wednesday. Take care. Bye, mamas.